To me, it didn't look like the bombs proc the block revive, which is important to know.
Yeah, it's not going to work
Yeah.
with Commodus. Watch this team just
Yeah.
dying to the burns. That is
Woo!
so funny. That is so funny.
Oh, reset us more. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. It's like the craziest counter to like, oh.
Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids. We're on the test server, but more importantly, we're joined by YST. How's it going, man?
How's it going? It's been a long time since, you know, you've been away in Japan living life and stuff. So it's cool to have you
Right.
back. Making
I would
videos.
say, welcome back in Japanese, but I don't know how to say that. The only phrase I had was hello, konnichiwa. There was excuse me, sumimasen, and then thank you, arigato gozaimasu. That's all you need.
Ooh.
You just say thank you like 20 times.
It's every time you're
That's it.
spending that money, right? So what did you buy anything special from there that you enjoy? Maybe something for your desk or?
I didn't bring too much back. I actually, funny enough, I got a Japanese sort of style teapot for my green tea, but I actually got that off Amazon.
Oh, it's so funny. This whole time I
small.
thought it was a Halloween thing, like the potions and.
No. It's sort of. I mean, it's getting green screen, so you can't see it, but it was a nice one off Amazon, and it's real good.
It looks cool.
But yeah, I'm kind of sad because I came back and green tea over there, it was like maybe 400 or 500 yen for a big packet, and it's which is about £3. It's about 7 or 8 quid to get the same. It's even the same packet smaller in Ireland. It's so much more. We're not.
Oh, wow,
really
so the
big into-
currency there, you would have felt like a millionaire, right? You just got all these notes, but you got like 20 quid in your pocket.
Yeah. It's true.
That's
And that's one weird thing about Japan as well. If you go, they use a lot of cash. It's bizarre. Like in Ireland,
Yeah.
we were already not using much cash, and then COVID happened, and like I haven't had any Irish cash in years. It's all card and will pay and all of that. Japan, you need
Yeah.
a lot of cash. It's very different. But anyway, we
Yeah.
should probably talk about Vulcanos Fumor for the people
Yeah,
watching.
let's do that.
Let's just do that. Hey, this is what the video is about. It's about this new faction unity for the demon spawn. Really good. What do we think, YST? Initial impressions on this guy? Burning, smacking. What did you think?
Yeah, my initial reactions was, I still don't have a faction unity champion after all this time. I've been trying, it's never happened for me.
Right.
But I would say that he's probably up there in my top 1 or 2 that I want in the game, especially that I've got like, I'd say most of the demon spawn to pair with him. So it'd be a really fun one to have. But just overall, like, I think the effects that he brings to the table with his unity is amongst probably some of the best, especially with the passive, right? Where you can block revive any enemies that's killed under HP burn. And the way that it's reading is it doesn't even have to be him killing the enemies. So,
yeah,
it's going to be pretty wild the way he scales his ignore defense up to 100% as well. So thinking Hydra boss, if you could scale that to 100%, you don't even need Savage, Lethal, Merciless, right? Which is pretty wild. So
he seems
it'll be cool to
crazy. I mean, that's one thing that's nice as well, because Merciless gives you all that ignore defense, but it's giving you a lot of attack as well. You quite want that on your attack nukers. Whereas this guy, he also gives himself cooldown reduction on his big hit. Whenever burns are activated on an enemy, he can decrease his skill cooldown. So it's really like you don't need Merciless. But we'll talk about the build in a second. I did put him in lethal, which is just like making him do damage faster in arena. We'll test it out. We'll see. But yeah,
I think you're right. I think in in prolonged battles, maybe not needed. For something like arena, of course, it's very hard to scale that passive super quick, right? So something like lethal is definitely optimal.
Yeah, like Zeal could be great. Crit damage, more damage the more HP he has. That could be good. I mean, you could potentially always do something like, even a feral thing could maybe work, like just that chance to resist polymorph or build them in a big old pinpoint set. Like, there's definitely creative stuff that could happen in any sets in the future. He's a damage dealer, like we said, who does not need ignore defense necessarily because he's so good at getting it. But quickly covering the kit, the passive, like we said, whenever an enemy gets a buff or turn meter increase, he can place a burn 50 books to 70. With masteries, you can make it 75. If the enemy already has a burn, he can activate it instead. The burns cannot be resisted with 1 extra demon spawn. With 2 extra, it's stacking 5% ignore defense permanently whenever a burn activates on an enemy. So 20 burn ticks and boom, he's got 100% ignore defense
It's
for the rest of the fight,
crazy,
which
man.
is nuts. 3 faction allies block revive on enemies killed while under burn, and we are pretty sure this is any enemy who dies with burn, even if he doesn't kill them,
Mhm.
block revive, which is nasty. A3 is the big hit, does more damage for more burns out on the enemy. He takes half damage with one faction unity if this skill's not on cooldown, so if he has it available, good.
Mhm.
With 2 faction allies, it can 50-50 to reduce the cooldown whenever a burn is activated by 1 turn, so he gets to move back faster. With 3 allies, it ignores all these defensive buffs. Stone Skin, Unkillable, Ally Protection, Block Damage, and bonkers. His A2 is an AoE with a 2-turn fear that can't be resisted by
That's
enemies who are
nice.
burned. And then the A1 is also really nice. Every time it's used, it permanently increases the damage by 10% up to 100%. And he counterattacks every time an enemy under burn attacks this champion or their allies, which is bonkers. And then he's got a great speed aura as well. It's a really overloaded kit.
Yeah.
I think we'll dive in and try him out. Quickly, the build I gave him, lethal plus crit rate. Again, we talked about you could maybe go with those other builds. Like there's a lot of options, I think. I gave him some perception as well. And these were the stats I gave him. So over 6k defense is actually kind of low for this sort of end game testing. I don't have great defensive nuclear gear, unfortunately. 240 speed, very high crit damage. He's got a 5-star blessing, and I gave him high accuracy as well.
Mhm.
That might be one problem we run into is if we don't have enough accuracy in arena to land the burns, that could get a bit tricky because if you don't land the burns, he's not that good. I gave him
Yeah, I
Nature's
guess.
Wrath. But yeah, go on.
So no, no, it's also worth noting, like with the demon spawn unity, of course, like
Hmm.
let's just say for one example would be if you've got other burners in your team, such as Tyrant or the Sissiers, maybe you don't even need to place this burn to scale himself, but he's also gets a non-resistible on just one faction ally, right? So if all you want
Yeah.
to focus on is the burns, you may not even need to focus on accuracy at all in the right synergy.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
didn't
I,
even I didn't even think about that.
but
Yeah, I
no, but I
actually
guess
don't need the
even
accuracy. Right.
yeah, but see, even the thing with the
Hmm.
A2, this debuff
Can't
cannot
be
be resisted
resisted.
if they're under burn. So once again, if you're pairing with other burners or just using his own, you don't really need too much accuracy. So
Ooh.
he's a really cool champ, like depending on who you pair him with, I
You know
guess.
what I did was I think I looked at my banners. This was dreadful. I have him in an
Mhm.
accuracy banner. We should change that to defense. But I think when I looked, I think if I ignored all stuff, oh, I do have one defense banner. This is shocking. My
Uh
best defense banner for Demon Spawn
oh,
literally doesn't have a defense. I don't know how this has happened, but I literally don't have one. Oh wait, here's one. Okay, this could roll. Why I see this could
this
change
is going to
everything.
be a quad defense, right? Here we
Quad
go.
defense. Here we go. Double with
Oh,
speed.
that's a nice piece though.
That will
That's a
do.
very nice piece.
Okay, that's gonna give him an extra chunk. That's actually
Ooh.
gonna be real good. We could maybe switch up. I think these are pretty good pieces, so we'll just say, like defense. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
hard to
nice.
get
If you
better.
don't have a burn on the target, at least you got still a chance to, place the burn or place the fear. So it's worth having for sure.
Yeah, sure. No harm. It's giving us a bit of speed anyway. The perception. Don't.
Oh, look at
Oh,
that.
oh, that's juicy
That's a
right there.
juicy piece
Where's
right
he
there.
at?
Yeah.
250 speed now. That's nice. Okay, let's jump in. Let's do some arena first. The place where I'm going to struggle is if we look at him. I think it's his biggest downside. He is a champion, is bonkers, but it's who do we put him with in arena becomes a bit tricky. Unfortunately, I don't have Carnage on the test server. I don't have
Hmm.
Commodus. They are both very strong to put with him. Carnage, everyone will get eventually. So
Yeah.
that's a nice combo. Drexstar, maybe for some extra burns is possible. Thisia can do burns. Tyrant can do burns. We can try out a few different things. Sadly, I don't have Duchess, who I think would be a really good combo with him, both in Arena and Hydra, though the increased attack not needed. I don't have Lamassu, who'd be great for Hydra as well. Block buffs, decrease speed, and resetting his cooldowns.
She's
Great.
wild of a champion. I can't wait to get her, man.
And then one thing I did struggle with a bit looking at the faction was getting increased defense onto him is a little bit clunky as well. I don't have Withier, who would probably be
I guess
ideal.
I think one of the better
There
champions
is
for like go
Tyrant.
first anyway is the Epic, right? Tarshan.
Hmm.
So Tarshan's
Ooh,
he's a
good
really good
call.
option actually to pair him because he's got a weaken, which is nice,
And
but
turn meter
increased
fill,
defense,
yeah.
10-meter fill, and yeah, it's pretty nice.
Shall
So
we
he's an
gear up
option.
Tarshan? Shall we put him in? I'll show you the team I was thinking of using, but we can totally switch it up. I was thinking of using, drumroll, this team, which was like maybe a Kaimar and Helicat for the increased defense. I think you're right. Maybe
Mhm.
we should go with the Tarshan instead. Let's do that. Let's take Kymar out. Let's put
Oh,
in the
look at
more
this, guys. Who
accessible.
who needs a Kaimo when we got a Tarshan, right? There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to the demon spawns. That's a good
Well, I guess
call.
like just while you're doing this though, like
Mhm.
there is a good amount of demon spawn to pair with. Like, have they kind of fallen out the meta? Like,
There's
I
Tarshan.
don't really see Duchess crazy and high in the arena nowadays. But for stuff like Siege, once again, if you're just locking it down to demon spawn, he's gonna be a crazy one that I'm sure would stop a lot of players from moving on in the curse in the
I think
Siege.
I
Oh
think
my god, look how much hounds he's got, guys. He's ready for the Packmaster.
Oh, you know it. You know
Oh
it.
wow.
You know it. All right, let's go. Let's give it a spin.
You're saying I got all the hounds on my shirt today. Look at this. Was ready for the fiend.
Nice, nice. Okay, so we've been feared because we didn't
So
go
he
in.
did place it straight away. Okay.
We didn't have Stone Skin on. Oh, I don't have Stone Skin on Hefrak. That seems like a mistake. That's not ideal. Boost up increased defense. Can it happen? Yes, it did. We've got a turn. I guess we should give us block damage. It didn't work, unfortunately. Okay, here he goes. He's got a turn.
Mm-hmm.
So this move does hit really hard. He will ignore ally protection. If they ignore the strengthen, he won't ignore strengthen. So this strengthen will protect her.
Stone skill unkillable, ally protection, block damage, and shield.
Yeah, he'll ignore the shield on the Duchess, but that's it. But she's got a decent chunk of shield. She's got 2 shields on. The strengthen, though. I mean, let's just see what happens here against the Duchess. Fear happens. Hefrak's apparently missing gear. Oh, he is missing gear as well.
Oh man,
Who stole his? Who stole his? God damn it. All right, well, that was a disaster. I don't know, let's just attack a couple of other teams and see what happens. My main concern, honestly, is I try to get him in the Stone Skin, and I don't quite have the gear to make it that strong. We now have Stone Skin properly on Hefrak, though, so at least that's sort of a comeback in. Lockout's a bit of a problem. They're taking a ton of damage from Burns.
It's a lot of damage from Burns, yeah.
Well, look at that counter attack. Maybe he doesn't have any gear on or something. What was that?
Block revive.
Oh my god, 170,000? He must not have gear on. It must be a...
So what I want to see here is the block revive from the other allies as well under the burn. That'd be pretty sick.
Okay, she's not burned anymore, unfortunately. Well, let's just continue so we have a win under our belts. Just so we feel a bit better by ourselves.
Hey!
Oh my god, he's hitting them like a truck, though. That's crazy.
It's like Phenax Part 2, right?
Yeah, I guess let's hit these guys. I don't know. Let's just attack a bunch of teams and see. I feel like my biggest problem is I don't have really good demon spawn to put with them. I feel like we're kind of locked out again. Lockout's a big problem as well. They kill the Hefrak, burn through him. We're just going to die. Yeah, I feel like I don't have very good demon spawn to put with them.
No Duchess is like...
Yeah, Duchess would be nice. I think we switch him over to Incinerate. Like, I'm curious now. Those burns are doing a lot of damage. I want to at least test it out. We got to test it. Can we just kill them with burns? Burns alone.
Incinerate.
Burns
See,
alone.
weirdly, can you imagine like a super slow double Stone Skin just sitting there and just boom, just burn them to death?
Yeah. Oh, this would be a disaster. We get just wrecked. God. Let's put in the Shazar again. Make our aura better. Make his aura even stronger. I don't know. Oh man.
Here we go.
Tough to build. It's tough to build a team here. We're willing
look
to
at that.
Look at that. Look at that damage though already.
Just wrecking through them, right?
They're already half dead. And this isn't even 6-star. This is just 5-star. Oh my god.
Oh.
We haven't done anything yet, man.
That is actually nuts. Okay.
What the hell?
Wow, they're gonna kill themselves.
They pretty much are, aren't they? Harshan's gonna kill them. Harshan OP.
This is the thing, because it's irresistible. This is where so much of that value is coming from. It doesn't matter how much resistance they've got. It's nuts. Wow.
Yo, you could just put him in like 4-piece Stone Skin and pinpoint so he doesn't get polymorphed. That's nuts.
Sit there.
Though.
You could just sit there and just kill a team like that.
That's nuts. Yeah. Let's try this one again. I think this is the one we did before. Let's try this.
Okay.
How strong is this Incinerate? So just let them buff up. Like, please, enemy team, buff away. We don't mind.
You can get that increased defense up now.
Yeah. I guess the annoying thing is that he's going
Varus
to...
is just gonna...
Yeah, Marius is going to do Marius thing. Oh, we actually have protected increased defense from Tarshan this time. That's good. There's a burn from Duchess. I don't know why. Look at the Stone Skin get
Oof.
deleted by Incinerate.
Yeah.
Stone Skin takes extra damage. Okay, now we're popping off. I don't know if we want to do his A3. I want to keep that half damage going against the Frolny. I'm gonna go with the AoE. Decent damage.
Nice. So we didn't get irresistible fear there.
Did you see that? She
Oh,
cleansed the burn, and then it just reapplied it straight away because of buffs. He's countered.
oh, block
Okay.
revive.
Oh, we can't hit. Okay.
You just have
Can
to
we
kill the
survive with the
Ancora,
half
right?
damage? Can be close. Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, he got us. Just about though.
Oh, it was
just
close.
I mean, considering that the other champions are standing here doing literally nothing, like he's almost soloing these teams. That's actually kind of nuts.
I was just looking at the fierce. Oh, so it can be blocked, just can't be resisted. Okay. I was thinking, why didn't you fear anyone there? It was Duchess, right? Countered it.
Yeah. Okay, let's see this against some of these turns. See how we do. Oh, we missed the frickin' 2 times the fear stopping the block damage, so the Taurus kills us. That's just sad. I think we know he's gonna kill us, so we just never mind. We missed the turn with fear.
Just have to see
That's
the burns.
just sad.
Now.
The burns. He's got block things everywhere. That's sad.
So
as
one
well.
thing that you could try. Oh, I was gonna say you could have tried the bombs there to see the block revive from the allies as well.
Oh, we can't bomb him because he's got Duchess.
Yeah.
I feel like if we had a better champion with beside him, he'd actually be doing okay. Like he's almost soloing some of these teams. It's actually kind of nuts. Like these faster teams, if we could just sit here with like Duchess and Withier and just kill them with Incinerate burns, it'd be insanely good. Okay, we've cut in a bit. Let's go. Boost up. Will Wukong just steal the block damage? Maybe. Let's just give us a shield instead. That's probably actually a terrible idea against Narcisse, but Wukong stole it. We're fine. There's one burn. We've been polymorphed. There's some more burns. Burns give us... Look at... You just tanked that Narcisse hit. Half damage.
Survived
through. Not too bad. Oh, the bombs are actually going to potentially... Let's see. Do the bombs block revive?
Yeah, this is what I really want, because that would be crazy for Commodus, right? This is where I probably see Vulcanus coming into some of the meta teams.
Yeah. Wow, his
block revive from him.
That really claps right there. I don't see block revive from bombs.
So does that mean from allies? It's really read in a very weird way, that passive, because for me a lot of the it just says places a block revive debuff on enemies while killed under HP burn. It doesn't say if this champion kills an enemy under HP burn, right? It's a very weird wording.
It is a weird wording.
Oh, that's sad for me, man. Because when I was looking at this champion initially, obviously when we do the guides for the website and stuff, I put a lot of value into that, but obviously we just don't know until we playtest, right?
Yeah.
Maybe will raw damage work? I'm not too sure. We have to see with the Hefrak, right?
The bombs usually do bypass most passives. Bombs are really weird with how they interact with stuff, so...
Well, we can see it with the Hefrak potentially, right? Yeah. Just raw damage.
Oh, I have him set
to open the burns again.
It's maybe bad. Bombs are just... They're doing some work, though.
Oh, block revive on him.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Block revive.
Oh, it did work. It worked.
Yeah, it worked
there.
Yeah, other people
Okay, so it works on damage, just not on bombs. That's interesting.
Wow, he just deleted them. That was nuts. Crazy. Okay.
But that's good that it works, though. That's 100% good. But obviously, for champions like Commodus, it's not. It didn't. To me, it didn't look like the bombs proc the block revive, which is important to know.
Yeah, it's not going to work with Commodus. Watch this team just dying to the burns. That is so funny. That is so funny.
Oh. Reset us more. That is nuts. Oh my gosh. It's like the craziest counter to like, wait, find that team again. Wait, I need to, that was like lightning fast. I need to see that again. Who was it?
That was,
all right, we need to find him.
Oh my god, just like a Sifi team with resets and boosts. That's juicy right there. That's good. It might work against the Hell Hades team, maybe. Maybe, because they've got a lot of buffs. Depends what presets he's got.
That is so cool to see.
That is very funny. Oh, look at him just getting deleted.
Can you just imagine like all this burns and then you just come back with a... Imagine, that's just nuts, man.
Oh, he's going to kill us now, but...
But he's triggering the burns every time. He's like,
Yeah, he's
oh,
almost dead. Like, again, I think if you went in with, like, you've got yourself a Duchess and a Whittier, like, properly tanky, you just
that
sit
starts to
there and they just
become,
die, right? They
yeah.
just die, I think. That's fine. Oh, here's YST.
Oh, are you gonna face the wrath of the Gimli? Here we go.
Yeah. What's gonna happen here?
Let's see. We do have a lot of buffs though, so you probably just melt me here. Boom, boom. Oh man, block revive. This is wow.
You got almost no burns on you now, though. Oh, you didn't kill him.
No, it's because you've not triggered him yet. There we go.
Okay, he's triggered. Yeah, block
Boom! Oh,
damage
block.
out, though.
Oh, the block damage.
Block
Oh, that was
damage,
sad.
though.
Block revive again? Oh, we didn't see it that time. Oh, we did. Oh,
Took
that
you out.
definitely works.
Took you out. You couldn't even scratch. Look at these zeros.
Guys, just to
YST.
put it into context, that's a tanky team. Like, I built it pretty well. Like, we had the center.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nuts, man.
That's a Duchess Harima right there. Plus 2 Duchess Harima. And a Senna. And it's just... There's a lot of potential here.
Yeah, it just comes down to the team that you're facing, right? I think so much of that value comes from enabling the unity,
Yeah.
and then also, where is it? It cannot be resisted, right? Yeah, it cannot be resisted. It's nuts.
Yeah, the irresistible burn that, like, if he places the burn and if he activates it. So I think what it is, let me just read it again. Is it per buff? I think it's per
So one
buff.
thing. So obviously it says each time a burn. So HP burn debuffs placed by this skill cannot be resisted or blocked. The blocked part
Mhm.
makes it so powerful because Duchess, Sifis, all these champions that you'd usually struggle with,
Yeah.
he's just like, hell no, we got this, you know.
Yeah, so what I think is happening with the Sifi in particular, I think what's happening there, he's coming in. Whenever an enemy receives a buff or has their turn meter increased, I think what happens, Sifi, 1, 2, 3 buffs and a turn meter boost. So you
Like
get
4,
4
right?
attempts to place the burn, and then you can also activate them as well. So depending on how it lines up, he can potentially blow up multiple burns against Sifi
Oh,
all
I
at the
see
same
what you
time.
mean. Because there's so many instances of effects happening in one phasing. There's
Yeah.
so many times to instantly activate because they've already got the burn, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
It is wild.
That is
Yeah,
that is
it's
wild.
crazy.
Like,
Is
I
it-
know we're not going to do clan boss today as well, right? But just
Yeah.
in general, for anyone that does pull in for clan boss, I think there's a crazy potential here, guys. Because
Maybe.
if you can instantly activate up to 100% ignore defense and then that A1 scaling,
Mm-hmm.
whew,
Yeah, true. So I tried him out a
Instant-
bit against Hydra as well. Again, I found this was tricky because demon spawn, basically. So I put him in with Sisia, Flame Tongue, and with Scarred. So Scarred here is the weak link. This is where I would have much preferred something else. Scarred was a bit tricky to get good value out of. This is just a test. I think Sisia is perfect because against Hydra, they are sometimes getting buffs, and we'll see that, but they don't often get turn meter and things like that. But Sisia is placing out burns. She's activating and exploding the burns as well, which is stacking up his passive. And she's bringing us the decreased defense and weaken that we quite want. So I think that they are a perfect combo because you need the 2 demon spawn with them for Hydra. You don't need 3 because the level 3 benefits of his faction unity stuff doesn't matter for Hydra. Yeah, this is what we're trying. We've got increased defense from Wixwell, and Wixwell can provoke. Got block buffs and increased speed from Uko and decreased attack. Here you can see his AoE is decent. Again, he will ramp up a decent chunk to get to full ignore defense. I think it's a little perhaps weaker in Hydra in the sense that you have 20% potentially ignore defense from area bonuses from Hydra. You see that? You see that A3 right there?
That's what I was waiting for. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah.
That was the A3, right?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, no. So, right. Oh, so it does do that. Okay. So basically, one thing that I was very interested to know was when Serpent's Will comes back, is obviously places it's a buff, right?
Yeah.
So he's actually placing the burn on the Serpent's will heads. So then,
as they
if you don't
spawn.
have another burner, you still got a way to do it, right? Which is cool.
As soon as they spawn, he has a 75% chance to just burn them with books.
That's very important to know because do you know what? I did a video for Mighty talking about Mighty Uko, right? And it completely skipped my mind that he's actually got kind of nerfed in a sense because you can't remove the Serpent's Will.
Yeah,
It's like then you can't get the block buffs up, right?
Yeah, it's a real pain.
It's really annoying.
But yeah, so that's pretty good. Also, when they get Poison Cloud, he can burn them, which is cool. Whenever an enemy with burns attacks, he can counterattack, and his A1 can hit really, really hard. So yeah, he's kind of a beast. There he goes. That was against
Oof.
Head of Suffering, the tankiest head, and he was hitting
Yeah.
for like 600, 500. He's hitting kind of like an enemy max HP hit. Like that's sort of like not as hard as a Noose, because Noose has the triple hit. He's hitting as hard as a Krizia against a um,
Hmm.
living head right there. He's hitting very solid hit. A1, it's like
So
almost
what
2
difficulty is
million.
this? Is this brutal?
No, this is Nightmare.
Oh, this is nightmare. Yeah, this is pretty impressive damage, to be honest.
Yeah,
Obviously, this is
yeah.
since the rework as well, right? So we can't just spam up of the
Yeah, so
decapitated
he's
heads.
he's solid. Now the run didn't go that well. We got messed up a good bit by fear, unfortunately, and whatnot.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, like Scarred is just kind of doesn't really fit in this team. We've got too much damage.
This is
And
where
not
that
enough
champion
support.
that you were speaking about would have been sick, right? The Lamasu, because she
Yeah,
places
Lamasu would
removes
have
all
been.
debuffs and then places intercept on them, and you could
Yeah,
just ensure full uptime of countering the fears, right? It would have been cool.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Lamasu would have been
Ooh,
great. Withier maybe could be okay. I don't know. If you don't
mhm,
have Sisia, you could use Tyrant. Tyrant gives you increased defense and AoE burns. Maybe that's even better. I don't know. Um,
mhm.
yeah, it's kind of it's tricky to build the demon spawn team. I found. I do think Lamasu will help a ton.
Oh, that was so cool as well. So when he places the poison cloud,
Yeah, he can burn them.
straight burn them. So now you're countering the mechanic. That's very strong.
Yeah, yeah. Because he's even bugged out where this head over here is burned, but it's visually not burned, so it gets a little bit confusing. Now he's properly burned. But yeah, Sissia
Oh,
puts out really long burns as well and increases their duration. So I think
look at
she's really
that.
nice because that increased duration makes it do more damage and whatnot. So very strong.
So for a player that just wants to, and obviously you can't block revive against this. So technically you only want just two allies is enough, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, two allies. That's all you want. So
Because you
yeah,
don't need to ignore the
you don't
protection
need
on the
this.
third one, and you don't need the
You can't
third
block
one of.
revive. Yeah. So you just need
So
two.
fitting in two is a lot more,
It's
for
doable.
an average player, it's doable, right? Like
Yeah.
Scored was a fusion.
Mm.
Put whoever else in there. Like there's some good options. Sissiers, like you mentioned, with the crowns
Yeah.
in like a curse
Guard's
set.
okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tyrant's decent.
Duchess to
Duchess is
counter
great.
torment.
Lamasu, everyone can eventually get. She'll be very good. Then even in the epics, like you could even if you want, you could put in Akoff for just the AoE burn and like some shielding. He's okay.
Yeah, he's
You
pretty
you
good.
could do the Tarshan for AoE weaken and
Hmm.
increase defense. And that could be okay as well. Like you've got some options there. Even Umbral is a good budget option to
Do you know
AoE
what?
block buff. So
That Tarshan
you
is.
can do
Do you
it.
know? Like, I'm still trying to do the testing. I don't like jumping the gun from what like everyone says.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of people are saying for Hydra, we
Hmm.
don't really want decreased speed, of course, because you want the heads to, come out of Serpent's will quicker, blah blah blah, which I
Mm.
understand. But I think for the more average player, you still want to gain that control, right? For bluffs, etc. So that's where
Yeah.
someone like Tarshan, if you was using someone like Eastrid and you want to do those strategies,
Hmm.
being able to place the weaker without the decreased speed and you're still getting the 10 meter fills with an increased defense instead of increased attack, I think we might see a lot of Tarshan if you're using this champion in Hydra. I
Yeah,
think he's really
yeah.
good. Yeah.
So I think at this point, oh yeah, we got a little bit unlucky, and Sissia got devoured. So the run kind of fell apart at this point without Sissia, no burns, so or very few burns, and it fell up and no decreased defense weaken. So the run didn't go super well, but like to put it somewhat in context, his damage is massive. Like in Hydra, the damage
Oh,
potential is huge. Like Scarred is no blessing here. But even with Hex, Scarred's only 669, nice, but Vulcanos had
even
107
the
million.
Sissia was a
Pretty good.
primary burner, and it just shows like how much more powerful he is than a dedicated burner activator, right?
Yeah, so
That's
he's
pretty
really,
wild.
really strong. Like there's no question. He's super strong. It's just, do you have demon spawn that are as good as like your other teams to put with him is sort of the question. It's really the faction limits him a bit. I'll be very curious like to try him with Carnage in Arena. Like throw him
Hmm.
in with like Carnage and Duchess, and maybe the Lamasu actually could be really sick. Like he could do some funky stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I think that's enough for this video to give people a showcase. I mean, it's clear this guy's he's an absolute beast, right? I was so impressed with Incinerate
Yeah.
and that passive. I thought that's nuts for Arena. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat. He's kind of about where I thought he would be. Like the
Mm,
incinerate stuff was a lot more than I guess expected. Like that burn is. Like
Yeah,
if it's kind of doing the way that we're kind of thinking of in the instance of every effect, because obviously
I
you're
think
placing
so.
3 effects plus,
Hmm.
that's a lot of instant activations, and I think that's why he was wiping out the team so quickly. So yeah,
Yeah.
I could see him going into a lot of teams for sure, and I would want him personally after seeing all that.
Can we find that? Oh, it's this team that it worked great again. I think
Was it
like
this
I
one?
said, I do think there's that little bit of randomness in terms of
We'll see by the
does
ticks
he
of the
get
burns,
lucky.
right? Like if there's a crazy amount, then it's probably doing off in each
Look at that.
instance.
Yeah, it's
See,
every
there it
look at
is.
that.
It's
It's
every
every
instance.
instance. That's bonkers.
Ah,
Oh no,
man.
he's polymorphed. They're still taking a big chunk of damage, but
Yeah,
kill
that's
someone. Kill
crazy. So,
someone. Ah, not like this. Okay, good. Yes,
ooh,
Hefrak. 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 Amazing.
nice,
Well,
cool.
see,
It's cool.
thanks for joining. Anything you want to say before we go?
No, just appreciate you having me on. Nice to have you back from Japan and all of that good stuff. And don't eat too much sweets for Halloween.
Oh, I'll try not to. I'll try not. If we pretend we're not here, we can eat all the trick-or-treater sweets. That's the real
Do
evil.
you know what's funny
That's
about this
that's what the
Bastion,
low
right?
point in life. What?
If you go back into the Bastion,
Yeah.
they
Oh,
put some of the Christmas assets on there. I was laughing so
yeah,
much.
Christmas presents. Yeah.
I was like, what's going on here, man?
Yeah. Oh, other than that, the Bastion is amazing. But
It's
yeah,
cool,
cute
yeah.
little Christmas presents sneaking in with Halloween colors. But yeah, guys, check out link in the description and the pinned comment down below. We did a showcase of another champ that's super impressive in Arena, Arnorn the Shining, over on YST's channel. So yeah, make sure to check that out and subscribe to YST as well. Yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye.